Hey makers, welcome back to Uprisity Embedded Spec. Today we are diving into one of the smallest and most powerful development boards available, the SuperMini ESP32-S3. If you are looking to build Wi-Fi or Bluetooth projects in a tiny form factor, this board is absolutely perfect. Look at how small this thing is, but don't let the size fool you. This board is packed with features. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to set it up, program it, and get your first project running. We'll cover the board specifications, pinouts, software setup, and we'll go through a practical, hands-on example. So let's get started. First, let's talk about what makes this board special. The ESP32-S3 Super Mini features a dual-core processor running at up to 240 MHz, 512 KB of SRAM, and 4 MB of flash memory. It has built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 5.0, making it perfect for IoT projects. Now let's look at the physical features. At the top here, we have a USB-C connector for programming and power. This is really convenient, no need for micro USB anymore. And down here, we have two buttons. The boot button and the EN button, which is the reset button. We will use this when uploading code. The board also has an onboard RGB LED connected to GPIO48, and there is also a red LED on the same pin. We'll make this blink in our example. On the back, you can see the PCB antenna for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. The entire board measures just 22.5 by 18 mm. It's incredibly compact. One thing to note, this board runs pretty hot under heavy use, so you might want to add a small heat sink if you are running intensive applications. Also, the deep sleep current is only 43 microamps, making it great for battery-powered projects. You can get this board at uprisity.com.ng. Now let's talk about the pinouts. This is super important. Starting with power, you have 5 volts in, 3.3 volts out, and multiple ground pins. You can power this board using USB-C or directly through the 5 volt pin. For digital I/O pins, you have 11 GPIO pins available. This can be used for buttons, LEDs, or controlling other devices. There are 4 analog input pins for reading sensors like temperature, light, or potentiometers. These are labeled as the ADC pins. For communication, you have UART with TX and RX pins for serial communication, I2C with SDA and SCL pins for connecting I2C sensors and displays, SPI pins for high-speed communication with displays and SD cards. One important note, the GPIO48 controls both the red LED and the RGB LED. They are both on the same pin, so be aware of that when programming. In our example, we're turning on and off the red LED using the GPIO48 pin. Now let's set up the Arduino IDE so we can program this board. I'm using Arduino IDE 2.0, but these steps work for version 1.8 as well. First, connect your USB. Now go to Tools, then Board, ESP32. There are a lot of options here. For the Super Mini, I recommend selecting the ESP32-S3 dev module. Some people use Firebeetle 2 ESP32-S3, which also works well. Go to Tools, Ports, and select the COM port that appears. On Windows, it will be a COM number. If the board is not detected, then you force the board into boot mode. Hold both buttons, that's the boot and the EN button. Hold the boot button, then press the EN button once, then you release the boot button. If you don't see a port, try a different USB cable. Make sure it's a data cable, not just a charging cable. Also try different USB ports. Perfect. Now we are ready to upload our first program. Let's start with the classic hello world of electronics, blinking an LED. The SuperMini has an LED on GPL48, so we'll use that. Here's the code. This sets GPL48 pin as output. While this turns on the LED, it waits for 1 second, then turns it off. Now let's upload the code. You upload the code by just clicking the upload button and wait for a few minutes. There we go. And look at that, our LED is blinking. Every second on, every second off. Congratulations, you have just programmed your ESP32-S3 SuperMini. You can change the delay values to make it blink faster or slower. Try changing 1000 to 250 for a rapid blink. Before we wrap up, let me share some common issues and how to fix them. First, upload fails. If your upload keeps failing or gets stuck at connecting, hold boot and tap EN, release boot, then upload immediately. If the board runs hot, the ESP32-S3 SuperMini can get pretty warm, especially at full speed. If you are concerned, you can add a small heatsink or reduce the CPU frequency in the Arduino IDE setting. Go to Tools, CPU frequency, and try 160 MHz or 80 MHz instead of 240 MHz. GPL48 controls both the red LED and RGB LED. If you are using fancy RGB patterns, the red LED might interfere. Just be aware of this quirk. Make sure you are using a good quality USB cable that supports data transfer. Some charging cables don't work for programming. And that's it. You now know how to set up, program, and use the SuperMini ESP32-S3. We have covered the basics, but there's so much more you can do with Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, deep sleep modes, and all the GPIO pins. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more electronics and programming tutorials. Drop a comment below if you have questions. Thanks so much for watching and happy making. This is Electricity Embedded Sphere, helping you bring your ideas to life.